It'd be a waste to spend the whole night sleeping. Why not join us for a game of mahjong? It'll be a learning experience. You can pick up some Chinese from reading the tiles. Don't worry, Miss Moise...
Howdy do! How you doing? QueenKatieBat here. Welcome back to another Reverse 1999 stream. Why is there a notification on my sign in? Oh. Awesome. Anyway, tonight it's gonna be an interesting night. But it's gonna be a fun stream tonight. Mwah! 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 And you know what? For once, in the entirety of me streaming, I do not have to double check my microphone. And I'll explain in a little bit once I get rid of all these darn pings. Actually, you know what? There is something that I do need to double check. Okay, yes, there we go. That was the only one I had to double check. Alright. Let's get our free stuff. Nice to see you! I just started the stream, so you didn't really miss much yet. And I got the free furnishing thing. Oh, that is so adorable. I love it. How you doing, Lador? I hope you're doing good. I'm just getting all of the pings off. Yes. Awesome. Everything is all gone now. Awesome. Alright, so before we get into the finale for Showdown in Chinatown, as well as all the other exciting things, as you can tell by the home screen, Noor is now in Site 2. I'm gonna hold off on working on her though. Why? Because I already have too many plant characters in Site 3. I got Dubis, Jessica, Kakania, and Loggerhead. I do not need another one right now. I'm just happy to have Noor. So I may work on Gantan or Pickles next. Yeah, I might do Pickles next. Just so I can actually have a mineral character who is at the same level as them. So let me go ahead and do that for the daily. Yeah, it'll be a long time, but hey, it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. Yeah. So, let me tell you some great and amazing good news. So, on the Monday of this week, when I had the first Showdown in Chinatown stream, something amazing happened. Hold on, I will go over. Nope, not you, Charmaine.
Well.
I will go here so I'm not interrupted. Yeah, there you go. I will be here so I'm not interrupted. So, on the Monday of... Oh, yeah, I was wondering what happened to you, Lador. I missed you this entire week. So, on the Monday, when I started Showdown in Chinatown, after that stream, that night, me and Dad were talking about some money fines, and he was getting himself some fine, a big old fine, and he was like, you know what, I got some extra money, why don't we get you something, Katie? And so I was like, so Dad, there's this thing I've been looking into called a Stream Deck. And after much research and stuff like that, we settled on to the Stream Deck Mini. He happens to have Amazon Prime, so we got that. It just came in yesterday, got it all set up, and now that's what I'm using. So that's why I didn't have to check out my microphone, cause I can see on my Stream Deck, it says that my microphone is on. I don't have to exit out of the game anymore. And it's so nice and fun. I'll have to share the pictures in the Discord later, but I literally was so smart with all the buttons. Like the button, the icon I use for changing scenes is Nor. And then the add button is Mr. Duncan, but I made it a pun into Dad. And then the mark button to mark when I highlight the VOD, it's literally Marcus. Marcus marks the mark. And I'm just very excited with everything else that I got set up on my phone. I'm very hyped. It's gonna be very fun. So, before we get into it, I will do two things. First of all, Lador, you're here. I need your opinion on something. I don't know if you can see. For some reason, I still have this thing. I don't even remember how long ago I got this. But I still have the free 5-star character bottle. I literally have everyone on this list except for Desert Flannel. So I was thinking, should I just get Desert Flannel? Or should I just aim for a portrait copy of someone else? Hi, Sergeant! I hope you're doing good. Because I have everyone. At least I think I have X. I'm pretty sure I have X. I'm pretty sure I have Sweetheart, Baby Blue, Charlie, Pork Bloom, Dick, Balloon Party, Necrologist, Satsuki. I maxed out Satsuki and Tanit. Click, Blondie, Yenisei, Ulu, Conjura, Dickers, Horrorpedia, August. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Desert Flannel. Since I literally have everyone else, might as well complete the collection.
Paychecks assured, pets allowed, full board, safety insurance. And even regular travel. The career benefits you provide are much better than what Laplace offers.
She seems to be pretty darn cool. Plus, I think she's from the first Hulu Games event. And she has a Tamagotchi! Tamagotchis are the best. So now I have her, which ironically is another beast character. I have a type, and it's plant and beasts. So we mean we're doing this first. So as you can see, I have 12 pulls. I was considering, since I need a third star character for my squad, I think I'm gonna use another 10 pull on this. I did like 20 pulls last stream, didn't get anybody, but I got a loggerhead. So I'm gonna do one more pull on this for today, and then we can actually go back to the event. So let's see, can we get lucky? Can we get lucky? Boop. Oh man! This is the first time I'm getting just 4 stars. Usually I only get a 5-star. I guess that means I finally used up my luck. But hey, Crystalio! I'll take the Crystalio! Oh, and skip everyone's match, never mind. Ah well, that was worth a shot.
In a way, you remind me of the big shots I met in Hollywood. Always busy, always asking you to wait a minute before running off. Luckily, those big shots tend to fall on the big side, so my puppets can always catch up.
I don't know if that's a compliment or a complaint. I don't know. Oh my... Yeah, I can only imagine all of the poor people just doing the bajillion pulls and not getting anything. So unfortunate. Which is why I will always brag. Oh, never mind. I thought I had it. I did not. But I will always brag that I got loggerhead on the first 10 pull. Alright. So everything's all nice and settled. I love this song! Anyway. So this is the next stage that I have to do. Stage 16. And from what I've heard, and because it says here, clear stage 22 to a lot hard mode. So I guess I'm almost done. But yeah. I've actually been doing good, Lador. I had a wonderful few weeks. I finally finished chapter 7, Lador. It was something. Sophia's alive. But apparently I should have been more worried for my other two favorites. 888 and 210. I'm still depressed about it. I'm still depressed. I was legit worried about Sophia the entire chapter. And then that happens at the end. But then Sophia's alive. So yeah. And all that jazz. Everything's all been good. Nothing happened. Nothing broke or anything like that. So I say I'm doing good. So, before we get into the stage, I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad. And for once, for the first time in forever, I have a button. I do not have to go out of the game to do it. I can just press a button. So, to all of you guys watching right now, you're going to get a 3-minute ad. But we will resume. We will be right back. Do let me know what kind of ad you get. And then we will be good for the next hour. In 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright, I think an ad's going on right now. Yeah, I'm doing very good. Also, I also got a starting soon screen now. And ending screen now. So that's very cool. I think I post both of them in the Discord, I think. So you can check that out. And I also got some new emotes, Lador. I got some... Lador, one of them is a follower emote. I would highly recommend looking into your follower emotes to see what new emote we got. Because I wanted to be a surprise for you, Lador. Yes! The Hoffman! We got the Hoffman salute emote! And I'm just so darn happy, honestly. I wish I finished that before I finished chapter 7. But But hey, it'll be perfect for any future stuff that happens, and we'll have to go. Whoop! At least it's not Hoffman. Okay, I do actually have to exit out of the game to check up on the stuff. I think when we get to... Yeah, okay.
In a way, you remind me of the big shots I met in Hollywood. I know many celebrities buy outrageous insurance policies for them.
And also very excited because some of the commands that I made, some of the command buttons on my Stream Deck, I can literally do anything. Cause look, I got a button with Ridiculous icon on it. If I press it, wait, did it not do the thing that I thought it was supposed to do? Did I not program it correctly? Hi, Nora! Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why this is not happening. There we go! I just have to give a good press. Okay. When it hits the 60-minute mark on there, I'll actually get into the content. How you doing, Nora? Ah, yes, Timekeeper. Yeah, there's a lot of ships with Timekeeper. Yeah, but yeah, I also got a spoiler button and a promo button. So that way, if someone rates me, I can just immediately boop all that in. Wait, I just realized. Is Nora in an ad right now? Sonetto! Nora, you're thinking of Sonetto. In fact, I can show it to you right now. Alright, see you, Lador. Have fun with getting up in the morning. Glad to chat. I'm honestly glad you're alive. I was slightly worried about you, Lador. So let me see. Was it this girl, Nora? Sonetto? No, wait! S. Snyder! Nora, you're thinking of Snyder. Who I believe... Is it this girl, Nora? Is it Snyder? aka the best possible character in the universe, and I'm still really mad about what happened with her? Yeah, she is. Honestly, I ship Timekeeper with a lot of characters, but this is the character I ship. She is a beautiful darling. Anyway, we're done with the ad. So, good timing. We get to go and do Showdown in Chinatown. With stage 16. Before the spotlight. Years later, all they remember is that empty stage. But yeah, thank you, Lador, for stopping by. Have a good time.
Our story began 11 years ago. Life was tough, as it is for all young artists.
Don't worry, I'll drink the water, Lador. Wow, another soccer game? Man, they must be popping off. I hope whatever team you're cheering for is winning. Also, wow, 11 years ago?
But, like the beginning of many stories, there was a kind of beauty in it.
Flashback!
一新浪潮導演處女作亮相，胡圖雖然底子極佳，但由於大膽創新過度，導致內容詭異顛覆。
Baby Noor! Baby Noor! Oh, I love it already. I love it so much already.
即使業內有讚，但大眾實在難以欣賞，最終票房慘淡收場，實屬糊塗。咁我仲有咩好講啊？冇 taste 就係冇 taste。
Noor! Noor, I love honey. I love you. Nor, you're just as beautiful as the future version of you raised on a wheelchair. Just know this. Even when you get on a wheelchair, you'll still be so hot that many people will be pulling for you in the future, including me. And I love you so much, Nor. She casually tosses the newspaper onto the table, the loud thud drawing surprised glances from the nearby diners.
OK， 要叫好又叫座，有時係要妥協嘅。但係問題係我一向最唔擅長，
Yeah.
最唔中意妥協咯。
Hey, I wear that badge with honor, Nora. I wear that badge with honor. There are many beautiful women in this game, Nora. Many beautiful women. Also, yeah, I do not have any commands for that. I should actually probably make one. I should remember that later. Nora, whenever you can, if you remember, you should yell at me in Discord about that. Like, hey, Katie! Make a command that has you fangirling over the woman in this game.
Nora? 係咪 Nora? 估唔到會咁啱喺度見到你。
Oh no.
見返你真係好開心啊！
This is the girl that died in a fire. Oh, we're about to see trauma. Tragic trauma.
你係 Teresa？ 你點解喺度嘅？你幾時返香港㗎 ？Teresa, or as you know her by 何日君。
To be fair, Nora, honestly, either they're bi or they're straight up going for the ladies. Because look at this exact scene right now. Nora is definitely crushing it on this lady. They totally have fun together. They just love doing that in reverse 1999.
Was a dear friend of mine, the scriptwriter of Detective CO7 and the creator of the cursed film Reunion of the Three Swallows.
Oh, sure. Friend. A dear friend.
This is a pretty good script. Interesting. Teresa and I met while we were studying abroad at the Film Academy. We took the same scriptwriting class.
I have not seen Attack on Titan for many reasons. I don't really want to get into why, but for several reasons I have not watched Attack on Titan, and I probably never will watch Attack on Titan. So apologies about that.
We didn't talk much at first. She always sat in the corner on her own. I only got to know her after our teacher showed a script to the class as an example of excellent work. The writer's name, Teresa. Her stories could strike a balance between the details and the big picture. They were engaging, light-hearted, and warm.
Oh boy, I hope you two have fun with that at some point. I've heard that the animation for the fights are very stellar. So I hope you at least have fun with that part.
So, in that moment, when we met again at the restaurant, I realized she was the one I'd been looking for.
I'm sorry, but this specific line out of context. See, this is what I mean, Nora. This is what I mean. Look at this specific line. Right in that moment when we met again at the restaurant, I realized she was the one I've been looking for. What else, what other context can you take that as?
At that time, she was an editor at a small press. I invited her to join my studio, and 3 months later, she put the first edition of Detective CO7 on my table.
I've heard of it. Nora, isn't that the gambling anime? I feel like I remember a gambling anime by that name. But one day I should check it out. I have so many anime I want to watch. This is a room.
所以你覺得點啊？你覺得邊度唔夠好嘅話，我都可以改㗎。
我諗緊主角要揀邊個？
嗯？
哦，你個劇本寫得好好，比我想象中仲要好。我哋就用你個劇本。
Alright, Nora, in that case, if I ever watch it in the future, I will have you to blame for any emotions I feel. Is that a deal?
So we had the script, but we couldn't decide who would play the heroine. We held endless auditions, even considered some famous actresses, but none of them fit. Until that night.
More
先
flashbacks!
嗰幾個你覺得點啊？我覺得最後嗰個好似都 OK。
唔得，佢唔夠 sharp。你都睇得出㗎。既然睇得出，就唔好焗住自己揀。我唔想將就。
Yeah, heroine, Nora. Heroine. But you know what? I don't blame you. You know, ironically, there is a Detective Conan episode where the cute kids, the detective kids, they accidentally mishear heroine as Halloween when clearly it's about the drugs, but they think it's about Halloween, and it was so funny.
但係萬一現實生活裏面根本唔存在呢個完全符合我哋想象嘅完美人選呢？萬一佢只係咁，
咁我就會一直揾，直到喺現實世界揾到為止。
哎呀，你喐手腳做咩啊？
我就係喐手喐腳啊！點啊？死鹹豬手！呢度唔歡迎你哋啊！
What? Nora, are you trying to do reverse psychology on me now? Are you trying to do reverse psychology?
仲唔快啲啦！
你睇住嚟啊！我唔會放過你噶。
After throwing out a few uninspired threats, the hooligans flee in disgrace. Behind the door, a worried face peeks out. Okay, here's exactly what I was thinking about. I remember you watching the anime before and talking about it. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, I will not watch it now. Good job, Nora! You could have just not told me about this. And you could have carried on knowing that you were the one that got me into the anime.
哎呀，大鑊啦！今次嗰兩個古惑仔附近出晒名，佢哋肯定會翻嚟報仇噶。我知你睇唔慣佢哋對個靚女鹹豬手，但係人哋都唔出聲啦，你嬲咩啫？你咁搞法之後，我點做生意啊？唉，今鋪真係俾你累死啊，阿星！
得啦，事頭，我走。佢哋再嚟就叫佢哋嚟揾我。
Reverse 1999! Stop making pretty woman! Stop making pretty woman! They're all too pretty! Doesn't help that this one reminds me of Hoffman! Look, the hairstyle! Oh my goodness. Also, she really kept that necklace for the entire time, huh? For the entire time. Actually, you know what? Considering that we have a follower emote, you know what? You know what, Nora? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this in action. I actually don't know how Puzzle does this, so it'll be trial and error. It'll be trial and error. Now, I don't know if this will work, but let's see. Okay. Now, assuming that this works. There we go! Yay! That ought to be awesome. That was literally the first time I ever did that live. Like do a whole air command. I'm used to puzzles or Crystal doing that.
嗱，鋪頭鎖匙啊！你記得早啲離開門啊，唔係啲熟客等到戇居居。
阿星，你，哎呀！
The restaurant owner resigns to taking the key. In silence, without a backward glance, the girl steps down from the door, only to be quickly stopped.
睇嚟你啱啱失業喎。
邊位啊？關你咩事啊？
我有份工介紹俾你，你對做戲有冇興趣啊？ Ah Sing was surprised when I made the offer. She said she needed to think about it, so Teresa gave her a copy of the script.
Honestly, I was so immersed into the flashback that I forgot it was a flashback. I forgot Nora was telling a story.
The next day, she knocked on our door and took the offer. Later, we learned that Ah Sing was born into a poor family. Her father was in prison, and her mother had mental issues. She'd been the breadwinner for the family since she was a kid. Her father's reputation would often get her into trouble, so usually she was either on the way to a job or to a fight.
As memories surface, Nora lets out a sentimental smile.
The CO7 you saw always had a confident smile on her face. But in actual fact, Ah Sing almost never smiled at the beginning. An actor should learn to commit to the moment in front of the camera and come back to reality behind it. But Ah Sing didn't. She didn't come back to reality. She's never once stopped playing the role of CO7 since then. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Nora, what is that supposed to mean? Should I be worried? Should I be worried, ma'am? That's nerving. Almost as nerving as this moment right here. The fact that actually never came back to reality. So she just thinks, yeah, I am Detective CO7 forever and always. Which in that case, that's wild. Also, Nora, good luck on their fight.
She started to smile the way CO7 smiled. She went from brash and reckless to sly and methodical, just like CO7. The deputy chief and the BAU made a mistake. Ah Sing has not confused herself with her character. After all these years in the movie industry, I've seen a lot of actors get carried away by the glitz and glamour of their characters.
Everyone watching this VOD, I do not advocate for Nora doing fights. I do not support Nora doing any of these fights. You can clip me on that one. Nora can do what she can do, but I do not support it.
But Ah Sing is different. She values CO7 even more than herself. So much so that, ultimately, it eclipsed her own consciousness. Miss Liang, you asked me which rumors about CO7 and the three of us were true. Now I can give you an answer. Most of them were.
Nora maneuvers her wheelchair to the desk, pulls out a file from the bottom drawer, and hands it to Lian. The file is heavy. Lian opens up to find an aged photograph. Aww.
This...
Aww. The babies! The babies before trauma! the babies before trauma happened. Before she got into a fire. Before she got her legs paralyzed. Before she went up murdering people. Shame. Shame. But they're such cute babies, Bo. Why don't you have to be so hot? It's good for her. It's good for her. She literally died in a fire. It's good for her. Anyway, three women posed together. Their identities are obvious.
We drew a lot of attention after the release of CO7. Put a magnifying glass up to anyone, and you'll always find imperfections. We were no exception. Ah-Sing was as stubborn and uncompromising as I was. When we disagreed, it would blow up into a huge argument, neither one of us giving in to the other. Poor Teresa was always caught in the middle. I was too young, too bullheaded, to realize the consequences that this might cause. I tore a path forward, often ignoring the people around me. Teresa, on the other hand, was kind-hearted, perhaps too much so. She never got angry, no matter what people said. She just bottled it up inside and let it eat away at her.
Nora gazes at the smiling faces in the photo, her expression tinged with nostalgia and the faintest hint of sorrow.
She didn't like taking photos. She was self-conscious about her appearance, so we only have a few together. This one was taken when we were shooting CO7 too. We were so close back then. Of course, we knew we'd have to part ways eventually, but we didn't concern ourselves with that. Even then, our shortcomings had started to hurt our relationship. But by the time we realized it, the damage had been done.
Flashback!
唔得，呢個結局太離譜啦！思玲真唔會咁做噶。
When we were making CO7-3, Ah-Sing was up in arms about the ending. In the sequence, CO7 tracks a criminal through a Shehua parade, hoping to finish him off herself. But when she finds him sitting at home with his family, she changes her mind. Ah-Sing didn't like it. She said that CO7 would punish the villain for what he's done, that she would never change her mind. We had countless arguments over this ending, and of course, we never reached a conclusion.
得啦得啦，到此為止。我哋咁嘈落去都冇意義。我有個提議。
So I cheated.
Oh?
Were I in the same position now, I'd solve the problem more delicately. But I was a jerk back then. The only thing that mattered was the movie. I couldn't care less about what people thought, including my heroine. I asked Teresa to write an alternative ending, and told Ah-Sing that we'd shoot both endings and pick the better one together. She agreed.
But you didn't keep your word. You released the movie with the original ending.
It turned out to be very popular, but Ah-Sing saw it as a betrayal. At the premiere, she announced she was quitting the new art company that the three of us had founded together. I didn't stop her. Teresa tried to mend our relationship, like she always did.
我寫咗個新劇本，唔係407續作，係全新嘅故仔啊！如果你哋覺得有意思嘅話，我哋下一部戲可以拍佢啊！
Okay, I don't know if it's just my eyes, but she is literally blushing. Oh my goodness, these poor ladies.
我自己拍咗部片花，雖然好簡單，可能拍得唔係幾好，但係可以嘅話，我哋一齊睇啊！
It was her proof of concept for reunion of the three swans.
Oh! I just realized what the reunion of the Sweet Swallows is. Oh, Teresa, I appreciate Nor and their thoughts. But what the heck, man? That is the worst thing you could have done. It's symbolism. It's symbolizing Nor, Achi, Nor, Aching, and Teresa. It's them three, the three swallows. It's the original trio. I can't believe I didn't piece fist together the entire story. Also, oh man, that means trauma's about to happen.
I knew Teresa had always wanted to put an end to the CO7 series and write something she was really passionate about. Perhaps she thought a new story would help Ah-Sing move away from CO7 and become herself again. Unfortunately, when she came to show us the script, Ah-Sing and I were in the middle of a fight.
唔使啦，我唔會再同你哋拍戲。
阿星，等陣啊！
Ah-Sing had always been kind to Teresa, but on that day, she pushed her out of the doorway and stormed off. While well, as I said, I was a jerk. I flipped through her script, and a flurry of harsh words left my mouth.
點解仲係上次嗰個類型㗎？我咪講咗咯，呢種故事唔啱你寫啊！
The script, along with the reel, was shoved back into Heejun's hands without a second glance.
In the end, neither Ah-Sing nor I cared enough to watch Teresa's sizzle reel, even though she tried so hard to present it to us. That was the last time we saw Teresa.
Yep, she died after this, didn't she?
That fire.
Yep, she was so hot. I'm not even going to finish that joke. But that's not the time for jokes. I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyway.
Yes, that's why I'd pay any price to get that film. Her script was burned to ashes in the fire. I need to know what story she was trying to tell. I suppose Ah-Sing feels the same.
Nor gestures towards the file.
This is what you wanted to see last time you and your officer friend visited me.
You mean the threatening letter?
It's not a letter, actually.
Leon sits down the photo and pulls out the remaining contents of the file. It's an aged script. It's covered yellow by time. As she flips through, familiar lines of dialogue meets her eyes. In an instant, she understands the significance of what she's holding.
It's the script of Detective 071.
The original. The one Teresa handed to Ah-Sing all those years ago.
Leon never imagined that one day she would be holding the origin of the very film that inspired her as a child. There is no doubt Kachin must have returned it to Nor. But why? What does this mean? She continues to flip through until her fingers meet an object tucked between the pages.
Is this a poster of the Shehe parade? Oh, right. It's almost time for the Dushu festival. With everything going on these days, I almost forgot.
Leon's expression silently shifts.
Wait, is Miss Qixin going to...
Your guess is as good as mine.
They exchange a glance, then both turn their gaze to the image of the Seichu parade printed on the poster in front of them. Dun dun dun! Man, I'm glad I didn't end it on that last time. That would have been a nasty cliffhanger. Alright, let me double check my timer. Yeah, we got 30 minutes left. Wow, 30 minutes just flew by. Alright. Let me drink more water. Stage 17. Watchers, protectors, defenders. The fire they held high lit up the children's faces. We're going to fight, fight, fight for a good day. We're going to fight, fight for a good life.
Wow, look at all these people. Oh, we should have come earlier. I can hardly see a thing from here.
And whose fault is that? You are the one who took ages to get ready. Anyway, at least we haven't missed much. Looks like it just started. I heard there's a new event this year. I wonder what it is.
Not an event. A film crew's shooting a scene during the parade. Apparently, they already talked to Mr. Shao and said they wouldn't cause any trouble. Let's go check it out. Maybe we can get into one of the shots.
This is the busiest time of year in Chinatown. The streets are filled to the brim. But for those with keen eyes, some outliers could be spotty among the crowd.
This is C2. All clear.
Copy. Group C, all clear. No sign of target. All units, stay in position. Wonder how the Vigil Girl and Eldon are doing.
Having ended the transmission, the officer glances towards a Chinese restaurant at the street corner. Despite the bustling crowd, the sign on the door reads, closed. Eldon!
Do I really have to go outside like this?
Deputy Chief Eldon stands awkwardly in front of the mirror as he stares at the brightly colored traditional outfit he's adorned in. The man across from him sneers, shadowing his last shred of hope to be saved from it.
No, you need to paint your face too. I'm not gonna let you join the parade looking like a weirdo. You're the one who said that the parade needed guards in case there was an attack. Have you changed your mind? I'd be more than happy to kick you out here. Sorry, but your profiling and a BAU report seemed like a load of crap to me. If someone does attack the parade, I'm sure we can handle it ourselves.
Listen, I won't pretend to understand the meaning behind all this. But what I do understand is that this is one of the most important events of the year for the people of Chinatown. The target could strike at any time, so we need to be prepared. No one wants to see a celebration turn into a nightmare.
Why didn't you say that to your men? They are the ones who've ignored the Chinatown all this time. What a hypocrite.
He glares at the officers with clear distrust in his eyes, but before tensions can rise anymore, the girl beside him cut in with a smile.
Ay ya, Uncle Zhao, today's our big day. That sour face of yours is gonna scare this guy straight off.
Finally! Finally! After being teased the entire event, being teased in the trailer, Anon Lee is finally here, getting some good old screen time! And I don't even have her! I love you, Anon Lee. You're such a darling. You're such a sweet darling. I promise I'll do her antidote later. Also, I love her voice! I might as well be talking to myself.
Leave the past in the past lah. They are doing this for the right reasons. What we got to lose? Besides, we could really use a hand right now. They can make up for our manpower shortage.
She literally sounds like a Vocaloid. Yeah, she sounds like a Vocaloid. But hey, I still love her!
Now, give me a big smile lah, before your long face scares off our good fortune.
Yeah, this is Anon Lee. She's like a Ghostbuster, but as a teenage girl. Yeah, that's literally all she is. She is a Ghostbuster, but teenager.
Yeah. Always a sweet talker, aren't you, eh?
He hops and glares, but eventually waves it off.
Fine. But you've got to look the part if you're gonna be in the parade. I don't care what your mission is. Oh, you, Blondie! Tighten your belt, or your pants will fall down when you dance. And the big guy over there, the lining should be under your coat.
The famed Chinatown investigator yells corrections to the officers as they do their best to don the traditional attire. His tone is sharp but surprisingly patient. Seeing his old friend, much mellow from before, Eldon removes his garnish headpiece and turns to Anne.
Thanks for all your help, Miss Lee. We never would have been able to join the parade unnoticed if you hadn't persuaded the residents to cooperate with us.
You are welcome, lah, sir.
I love her.
Even though I only came here a few months ago, I've already gotten pretty close to the residents. So, it was pretty easy to convince everyone. Don't worry about it, lah. Besides, the Shehua parade is for everyone, whether they're here to watch or dance. We are always happy to have more people join the celebration. Uncle Zhou might be a little stubborn, but you know gala, that's just what he's like. Don't take it personally.
She turns her head, gesturing towards a few unfamiliar faces at the other end of the restaurant.
These guys are arcane detectives and influential people around Chinatown. I told them to all keep an eye out too. There's a saying in Hong Kong, as stupid as the god of longevity who hangs himself. That will be Night Piercer if she comes anywhere near Chinatown.
Eldon nods before gently shaking his head with a complex expression.
I know everyone here will be grateful if Night Piercer doesn't show up. But then we'll still have a dangerous criminal with an equally dangerous arcane item on the loose. Nothing's more dangerous than an unexploded bomb. I want to eliminate the threat once and for all. The question is, will she come? Was the little vigil right?
Late last night, Leon knocked on the Eldon's office door. She has returned from her morning rejection with renewed determination. Flashback!
The Shehua parade, sir.
At that time, the Division of Arcane Affairs was still brightly lit, with most officers racking their brains to track down Kitchin without success. That was when Leanne has stormed in with her important collaborator, ignoring the puzzled glances from her colleagues, and slammed a big stack of reports onto his desk.
Miss Noah isn't like any of Qixing's previous targets. She's much more important. Miss Qixing still can't accept the way Miss Noah ended Detective CO73. That's her motive. The ending consists of two major elements, the Shehua parade and the villain who should have been punished. She now sees Noah as that villain, and she's going to attack her at the coming Shehua parade. That will be our chance to arrest her.
The Shehua parade? Do you have any idea what you're suggesting?
The sheer thickness of the report is an imitating. Eldon skims through it before casting a questioning look at the unexpected visitor Leon had dragged in. The visitor nods.
Don't worry, sir. I'd be happy to cooperate. As bait. Asing will come. I promise.
The sound of the back door opening breaks Eldon's thoughts. He looks up to see Porter pushing Nora's wheelchair inside, Lockerhair following closely behind.
As far as I can remember, she's never been late to anything.
Peep, why aren't you dressed up? I've been looking forward to it all day.
Wow, so many people.
I'll make sure I capture some great memories of this.
Nora remains her usual unruffled self, while Porter teases her colleagues, and Loggerhead eagerly looks around. What happened to Nora? Nora is in a wheelchair now. If you're talking about from the flashback. In the flashback, Nora hadn't gotten into the accident, but between that flashback and the present day, Nora got into an accident, and now she's in a wheelchair, but she's also still a really cool director, and she's still really hot, and I still really love her. I hope I answered the question. Eldon sighs and rubs his forehead.
I understand that the festival atmosphere is exciting, but you ladies need to remember that we're not here to celebrate. There's a tough fight ahead of us.
Yes, exactly, Nora, exactly.
Poitier, you sure you're healed up?
Of course, Chief. You've approved my participation in this operation. It's too late to take it back now.
Eldon looks her over. Clearly she's alive and well, thank goodness, but he still carries concern on his face. Eventually, he sighs and nods. Yes, thank you. Literally every woman in this event is stunning.
What about Miss Latham? You've been proven innocent, and I heard the Foundation told you to await orders. There's no reason for you to be here.
Eldon words draw everyone's attention to Loggerhead. Her head twitches slightly.
Yeah, but it'd be weird to stay in my room alone when everyone's out here. Don't you think?
She's kinda like Penny. Loggerhead is kinda like Penny. But if she was well, no, I'm not going to make a joke, because I don't want to spoil anybody who hasn't watched Ruby. But she's basically Penny, but blonde. Blonde Penny. There we go. That's what she is. Blonde Penny.
Anyway, I'm waiting for Scott to wake up from her coma. I want to ask her why she stole from the Foundation and pinned it on me. I need to know what she thinks about me and our friendship. If I let you guys do all the work while I just wait in my room, I won't be able to question her without feeling insecure.
Oh, dang! I wonder what it would look like if you saw someone walking their dog out there. I'm sure that dog's fur will absolutely be so windy on that.
I know I might not be all that helpful, but I'll do everything I can.
Oh, Loggerhead, I love you so much. Thank you for coming to me and literally only 110 pool. Thank you very much. I love you, Loggerhead. I love you, Latham. The camera lens almost seems to flash with something resembling a plea.
Miss Latham's being modest. As a staff member of the Arcanum Containment Department, she knows how to deal with that film reel better than any of us. She may forget things, but she still has a wealth of knowledge. Her experience might just make the difference between failure and success.
Thank you, Nor. Thank you.
Alright, you've got a point. Miss Latham, thanks for lending us your expertise.
Eldon finally nods. Loggerhead lights up.
Great! Just leave it to me. I can deal with the film. I've rewatched all my related memories, so I remember every detail, even down to the scratches on its surface.
With Loggerhead officially permitted to join, the final member of the operation team is the last to arrive.
There you are.
Leanne! You are so much more shinier than you were before. I didn't know you could get even more shinier and glitterier than before. You even upgraded their own phone? Girl, you even fixed up their phone? Okay. That's a bit over the top, okay?
Everyone was gone when I left the changing room. I thought something was... What's wrong?
Wow, the costume fits you so well. Fancy, whoa. It doesn't even look like a costume. Much fancier than that. You are like the best parade dancer I've ever seen. There's no way the night piercer will spot you. Look at her, Uncle Zhou. So cool, huh?
The Chinatown investigator scrutinizes Leon from head to toe before letting out a derisive snort.
Is that the Leon's family ritual dress? Let me see. Good. You're wearing it right. Nice to know that at least some kids remember their traditions. You better not dishonor your family wearing this, kid.
My thoughts exactly. Everything's in place. You sure you can perform this time, Vigil? I don't want a repeat of last time. The alley out back's empty. Show us what you got.
He gestures to the officers, motioning them to line up before Leon. Oh, we're going to have a practice run. We're going to beat up our co-workers. Okay. Each officer stands tall and imposing, forming what feels like a solid wall before Leon. Refusing to shy away, she squares her shoulders and meets their gazes head on.
Yes, sir. I will prove myself to you.
Yeah, let's beat up our co-workers. Also, I find it ironic, but Leon is supposed to be working on this. But it's a mineral stage. Ah well, let's go beat up the co-workers.
The puppy wishes to come along.
Wait. Pointer looks so cute! I love her! Anyway, I didn't bring any tissues, princess. So if you start crying, you'll have to wipe your nose on your new uniform. Alright, let's see if I'm up against a power skill girl or a real challenger. Understood, stir. And we'll go easy on you. Hold on. Ah! She's so cute! So adorable! Too bad I have to beat her up. But she's so adorable! I love you, Pointer! Okay, let's go beat you up! Let's go!
This is cool. It's not bad. Appropriate. Explode! Hey! Time to show you my card. This is cool. The puppy agreed with your decision. Let's fully relax and relish all of these. Explode!
Bye, Pointer!
Don't touch my bag!
It's not bad. This is cool. Geometry. Pay attention to the class.
Oh, alright, stop. We, or at least I, acknowledge you now. Not bad. Good. Looks like she wasn't just all talk. Sorry, I did my best to restrain myself. Phew! If it's a cut-up, we've been exhausted before the real suspect even showed up.
Warning, Warning, the puppy is fleeing the scene at its maximum speed.
I love you, Pickles. I love you so much. After several rounds of trials, Liam remains standing, her expression firm and determined, her gaze burning with resolve. Satisfied, Eldon nods.
Looks like I've got nothing to worry about. You ready, kid?
He rolls up his sleeve and checks the time on his watch.
Parade's starting soon. I'll go get dressed. The rest of you...
I need to talk to Miss Liang. Could you give us a moment?
Don't be late.
Pointer glances at them before following the others back inside. The alley suddenly feels empty. Liam waits quietly for Nora to speak, but she never does. She simply stares at the distant lights, as if the reverie and noise belong to another world. Eventually, Liam can wait no longer. Hold on, I need to check something on my stream deck. Okay, yep, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Awesome.
Why me, Miss Noah?
Dun dun dun! Alright, let me check the timer. 9 minutes left. I think I'll roll an ad when we get into the battle. And then we will resume. I hope that sounds good. So, stage 18. The law of causation. The fruit taken must be returned to their branches. The cheers and laughter of the sensual parade echoes through the alley, muffled and distant. Bye, Nora! Have fun at the soccer game! I hope whoever you're cheering for wins!
You could have just told Eldon about what happened between the three of you. You could have shown him the threatening letter. Maybe then he wouldn't have made the order to shoot the target if necessary. Yes, Miss Qixing has committed multiple assaults, but she hasn't killed anyone.
Liam, this may sound kind of shocking, but she almost killed 2 people the other night. She almost killed Scott, and she almost killed Porter. Especially Porter. So yeah, she hasn't killed anyone. She only got lucky.
I don't think she deserves to die. So, as I promised, I will do my best to catch her alive. That being said, if...
She takes a deep breath.
If drastic measures have to be taken, I will not hesitate.
Liam's final words are anything but polite. She holds her breath as she awaits Noor's response. After a brief silence, Noor speaks.
Ah Sing was a good actress.
Liam anticipated all kinds of responses from Noor, but not this one.
Huh?
Yes. She was a skilled martial artist with remarkable control over her arcane skill. But that's not what makes a successful actress. Before we'd even start shooting, she'd have everything memorized. Her lines, her movements, even the details of her expression. She'd take as many shots as were necessary to get the scene right. As you know, I was a perfectionist, always taking it too far. Many of my crew quit halfway through my projects. Even Teresa struggled sometimes. She told me more than once that she couldn't do it anymore. Only Ah Sing could keep up with my pace. In fact, she'd often be a few steps ahead because she shared my vision, that drive for something better, no matter the cost. She was a good actress indeed. I know that we'll probably never be partners again, but I still don't want her to be treated like this.
In Leon's memories, Noor was always smiling. Sometimes friendly, sometimes distant, with the mischievous of a child or the cunning and unyielding pride of a woman totally in control. But at this moment, when she turns her head, there's no smile. What burns quietly in her eyes is something akin to rage.
You said you were going to figure out the truth. Well, it seems you and I agree that things aren't as simple as they appear. The Arcanum Containment Department's security system should be almost unbreakable. So how is it that Miss Scott, a regular staff member with no special skills, managed to break through it? And why was she selected to go after Miss Latham? What was she about to say before that needle pierced her neck? Ah Sing's actions don't make sense either. After all these years, why has she decided to take revenge now? Is it because she found the film? There are simply far too many coincidences. If one of my writers wrote a script like this, they'd be fired on the spot.
You mean there's something else going on behind all this?
Noor gives her a look of approval.
The scene has been staged. I can feel it. The lights, the cameras, the cast, they're all in position. And when the clapperboard claps, the movie will begin. And this time, I'm not sitting behind the camera, but in front of it. Miss Liang, I've been holding back. I apologize for that. I hadn't figured out which role you'd play in this movie.
If you're saying this to try to get me to talk about the behind the scenes of my life, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed.
No, of course not. You got me wrong.
She waves a hand dismissively, her expression light, but her eyes still blazing.
I'm a director. I don't act in movies made by others. Ah Sing, Miss Latham, Miss Scott. The camera's focused on them too. But none of us know where the story will go.
Something stirs in Leon's chest.
You mean Miss Qixing's being manipulated? I've considered that possibility, but who's the one behind the camera? What do they want?
All I know is that if Ah Sing continues down this path, there will be no happy ending for her. I understand that she's trying to reach something she's always strived for, but whoever's orchestrating this won't let her get it. I've done that to her before, and it was a huge mistake. I won't let that happen again.
What are you going to do?
Noor smiles.
Since coming to Hollywood, there's one thing I found difficult to accept. The producers always stick to the script. They're obsessed with it. Changes are incredibly rare, but that's not how we do it in Hong Kong. The script's finished, and so what? Things will always come up during shooting. You have to be flexible if you want to make truly great art. If a moment of inspiration were to strike me and I weren't allowed to add it to the movie, then you may as well just kill me there.
Leon takes a moment to understand all this.
You want to change the script?
Precisely. But we have a small issue.
Noor gestures to her legs resting on the wheelchair.
As you can see, I'm not exactly ready to jump to my feet and into the action. I'm better at working behind the camera than I am in front of it. So, I need a protagonist. One who's as eager as I am to change the script and find that perfect ending. Are you interested?
She reaches a hand out to Leon.
It would be an honor.
And Leon takes it in her own.
Attention please. Noir will be shooting a movie during the Showdown parade as planned. Let's go over the plan one more time. Group A will hide among the cast. Group B, cameramen. And Group C, you're in the crowd. Once Xixing appears, close in and arrest her as soon as possible. Got it. They're all set too. Good. Everyone, take your positions.
Oh, animation! Woo!
All right, Noir. The time has come. This will be our final scene.
What's going on? That light's so bright.
Whoa. I'm feeling kinda dizzy.
Oh!
I'm scared. That arcane fluctuation. It's from Reunion of the Three Swallows. But how did she...
Well, I say that's a good time for an ad. Yep, perfect time for an ad. So I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad. And then we will go into the battle. And then we'll have a good time. And 3, 2, 1. Tell me what y'all get, okay? Boop. I'm gonna get my headphones off and stretch a little bit. I don't know why I'm a little bit lightheaded a little bit. I'm gonna go stretch, get some good deep breaths. So y'all better get some stretching too. Oh wait! So far I'm really liking the new setup that I got with my stream deck. It's very cool. Oh, I need to fix my hair, because of course my hair tends to be all icky and awful with my headphones and my processor. There we go. If anybody's wondering what kind of stream deck I got a stream deck mini. So it's small. And it's just fantastic. I guess while we're doing the ad, let me test something out. I got a promo button. And what that button does is that if I'm like in the middle of an ad or if someone rates me, I can just press this and then it'll pull up all the links that I have to promote. Yeah! There we go! My YouTube, my VOD, my VChan, and my lynch tree! Huzzah! I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, was my Discord included? Oh, I did not include the Discord for some reason. Here, my Discord. Well, we are very chill. Okay, the act's almost over. The act's almost over. Welcome back from the ad! I hope it was a very good ad. Oh. Alright. So... Oops, that's the wrong button. So let's fix up the lineup. Let's go!
I don't like to resort to violence, but accidents happen. Sadly, these are countless.
Whoa, what are those twister shoulders? Ah, they're swarming over! Zumps! Don't be afraid, child. Here, stand behind me. Stay calm, everyone. This is just a new parade performance.
Intriguing, isn't it? Bravo!
Advice from the forest.
Glad to be of service, my lady.
Everybody, let me see your
Just as I
hands
wish.
up. Lights.
Wow, by 1 HP! 1 HP. You know what?
Are you ready to be?
Time to wake up,
Let's
gentlemen.
do some
Intriguing, isn't it?
disco! Disco party, disco party, disco, disco, disco. Disco party, disco party. Let's go, let's go, let's go! I can feel it. The source of these malevolent spirits is nearby. Wait, it's here. Ka-ching!
Hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray! Indeed! The lights on either side of the street blur, polluting the night sky, turning into a swirling mess. It's as if everything in sight has been tossed onto a painter's palette and smeared and blended. All definitions have been lost.
What's happening?
Is this part of the parade? How'd they do that?
Wait! What's this?
Stand back.
A young officer rushes forward, positioning herself between the unknown monster and the Chinatown residents.
Lalo, head down. Easy.
Thank you. They teach you that in Hong Kong?
That thing's nothing like the critter you're used to dealing with. What were you thinking rushing like that? You're totally out of your league.
I was about to attack. What else was I supposed to do?
He swallows whatever snarky remark he had planned, and starts looking around at the eerie figure shifting in the shadows.
They look like ghosts, but there's something different about them. So, little ghost hunter, can that machine of yours tell us what they are?
1 second, Uncle Zhao. Lily's working on it.
Let me double check my OBS, cause even so, okay, gotcha. I'm still slightly paranoid, but that'll always be my life. Under the bewildered gazes of the officers, the young ghost hunter's human-headed Lily lets out a chilling, eerie laugh. Anon expression changes.
What? You mean there was a living man's soul?
Just got confirmation that this thing's covering the whole of Chinatown. Comms are down, and we can't seem to leave either.
Arcane humanoids spotted in all directions. Don't seem to be critters of the beyond. Must be some kind of arcane creation. They're everywhere and immune to regular bullets. Arcane skills and specialized bullets break them apart for a while, but then their bodies just morph back together. No casualties so far, but people are panicking. What do we do, Chief?
Sorry, not my type.
The specialized bullets successfully repel the shadowy beings, but their supply is limited. Eldon has to fall back, yelling into his chameleon comm as he does so.
Everyone keep calm. Groups A and C, protecting the public is your top priority. These things seem to follow anything that moves. Lure them away. Miss Lee, Mr. Joe, gather as many civilians as you can and guide them to a safe place.
He expected the private investigator to fire back with his usual sarcasm. To his surprise, his response is immediate and to the point.
No problem. They know us. I'm sure we'll be able to calm them down. I'll tell them they are special effects. They all know that a movie was being shot here. That should help. At least long enough to get them to safety. That means you guys are gonna have to figure this out yourselves. Show me what you've got, Arcane Affairs.
We won't let you down.
He takes another deep breath, filling his body with renewed strength.
Group B, hold your positions. Target's probably trying to distract us with these monsters. What's your status? Report immediately.
This is Portier. Same thing's happening at the rear of the parade. Noir is fine, though.
Keep it that way. The rest of you keep your eyes peeled. The target could appear at any time. Camerahead, any idea what's going on?
The Arcanium Containment Department employee is the person most likely to understand the current anomaly.
I think Chinatown's been sealed inside an arcane barrier created by the film. There's nothing in the records about this, but these arcane fluctuations are definitely from the film.
What about those ghost things? I don't remember the file saying it could spawn spirits out of thin air.
Well, I don't know. Reunion of the Three Swallows can play and record, that's for sure. But even if its power has been enhanced somehow, it probably wouldn't develop a completely unrelated ability.
You are right, because it's not unrelated.
Anon's voice crackles through the communicator. Even the unusually carefree ghost hunter sounds a little tense.
Remember the film's victims? Part of them was taken away by its recall ability. What they lost was part of their spiritual energy and memories. They are Sawan Tapa, or 3 souls and 7 spirits. These monsters are actually the Sawan Tapa of the victims.
They're the victim's spiritual energy? But how did the film do that?
The chilling appearance of the phantoms make it difficult to connect them with what Anon has declared them to be.
I'm not sure, but Lily's never wrong. So, let's not try to eliminate these things, or the victims will never get their Sawan Tapa back.
Anon's voice transmitted through the DAA communicator reaches Leon's ears.
Essentially, she's holding everyone in Chinatown hostage. We certainly weren't expecting that.
Leon looks at the figure standing just a few meters ahead. The frightening crowd clings to their family and friends, frantic and scared. And those who are alone gather with others near the dim glow of the shop fronts in search of any semblance of warmth and reassurance. They have no way of knowing that the one responsible for all of this is just standing a few steps away.
I didn't want it to come to this. This was between me and Noor, but you just couldn't leave it alone, could you? So here we are. Sounds like you already know what this film reel is capable of. Good. Saves me the trouble of explaining it. Now, bring me Noor.
Dun dun dun! Oh, but that's so traumatic! You know, I've shared many of my stories with you. Why don't you tell me some of yours? Directors are always on the lookout for good material. I'm curious about your past. They say you're a once-in-a-generation talent. The one who summoned Quan Lian, the Showdown beast. I haven't answered the Lian's family call in 300 years. Now it's all just a misunderstanding. Oh? That day I summoned Quan Lian, I learned its name and glimpsed its memories. Centuries ago, Quan Lian was gravely injured during its last summoning and has been recovering ever since. That's why it hasn't answered the Lian's family's calls. I just happened to summon it when it was finally healed. My family thought Quan Lian chose me, so they placed high expectations on me. But I'm no chosen one. I was just lucky. Does your family know about this? No, I never told them. I did not like to disappoint them. Ooh. Oh. Awesome. We're almost done! We're almost through! Let me check my timer. Awesome! Stage 19! False dilemma between what people see and what they judge. Also, recommended blank, blank, blank. What is that supposed to mean? I'm scared.
Target spotted. I repeat, target spotted.
Within moments of the plainclothes officer's words, the arriving police evacuate the crowd and seal off the street. The officers form an impenetrable barrier, trapping both the target and Leon's inside. They stand in a face-off.
What's going on? Who are they?
The bystanders erupt in fervent speculation. Deputy Chief Eldon steps into the containment zone.
Impressive, Night Piercer. This is a whole new level, even for you. Tell me, what did you pull to take control of that film reel?
I didn't pull anything, officer. It chose to fulfill my wish. That's all.
Without warning, an excruciating sharp noise tears through her skull, sending waves of vertigo crashing over her. Oh man, I know the exact feeling. One time, at the beginning of a year, one time, many years ago, I think this was 2018, I got the biggest vein of vertigo, and it was so scary. So I can't even imagine what Leon's going through right now. Well, I can sort of imagine. For several agonizing seconds, she can hear nothing but the distant groans of the officers and bystanders suffering alongside her. It's a fight, just to stay upright. When the assault on her senses finally subsides, the first thing she registers is a voice from her communicator.
Chief, the
The urgency in the officer's voice sets Leon's nerves on edge, but then her tone shifts.
Wait, maybe it's good. Those things, they stopped moving. They're not attacking anymore.
Sorry.
You kidding?
That's ominous. Leon and Eldon exchange a puzzled glance before scanning their surroundings. The shifting shadows have indeed stopped moving, and the reason is obvious. Their wary gaze is turned in her target. She's standing calmly in the middle of the street, unfazed by the array of loaded firearms aimed directly at her.
I never wanted to get innocent people involved. As I said before, this is between me and Noor. Now, may I see my dear old friend? If you're worried about her safety, the little vigil can tag along.
Leon and Eldon exchange a look.
It's too dangerous. We've already put Noir at considerable risk, but pushing her right into the hands of a criminal, I don't think so. We can't put a civilian in danger like that. Besides, why would Xing let you go with her? You're walking right into a trap.
Trap or not, I'm afraid we don't have much choice.
Her voice isn't loud, but in this high-tension standoff, its slow and measured cadence feels completely out of place. Pointer pushes Nora's wheelchair forward, placing her squarely in the spotlight.
Poitier, what are you doing? I told you to hold position.
Nora raises a hand, smiling as she cuts up Eldon's rising fury.
Please don't blame Officer Poitier, sir. I forced her to bring me here.
What? What the hell are you thinking?
It's time I put an end to all of this. No need to worry, officer. Our reliable vigil will keep me safe, isn't that right?
Yes, of course. I will ensure Miss Noah's safety, Chief. Leave it to me.
Eldon studies Leon's face for a moment, before shifting his gaze at Kitchen. At last, he relents.
Keep the target in check, Liang.
Keeping his eyes on the target, he leans in close to Leon's ear and issues a low warning.
James and the others are working on how to break this barrier we're in. Camerahead and that ghost hunter are helping them. Stay calm. We want to resolve this peacefully if possible. Haven't forgotten what you learned in negotiation class, have you?
Of course not, sir. I got straight A's.
Poitier takes Leon's other side and rests a firm hand on her shoulder.
Guard up, rookie, and straighten your back. I get why you want to wear this outfit, but you can get things done with or without it. Isn't that right, partner?
Right, ma'am. I won't fail.
Before pulling away, Poitier gives Leon her usual rough pat on the back, but somehow it causes Leon's stiffness to melt away. That's character development! Taking a steadying breath, she moves to Nora's side.
Let's go, Director. Time for the final scene.
Accompanied by Leon, Nora wheels into the distorted world before them. It's as if a surreal nightmare is unfolding before their very eyes.
Look around you, Nora. Look at what we've done.
Kachin's gaze wanders over the bleeding lights and flickering shadows around her as she scrutinizes the cracks and distortions in this twisted realm unleashed by the cursed film wheel. But her expression holds no trace of aberration.
This is what her film, the very last work of our dearest friend, looks like now. Tainted, twisted, and wicked. All this is proof of our guilt. The blood on our hands.
So, what are you going to do about it? Teresa's never coming back. She's dead.
Nora doesn't shy away from the word, though a note of sorrow lingers in her tone. She says it with a certain cold detachment.
And you, playing hero, punishing those you deem evil. Does that make you feel better? You kill me and then what? Kill yourself? That's how you'll atone for your failures? Forgive my bluntness, but how laughably naive you are.
Nora's voice has an uncharacteristic sharpness to it, but Kachin shows no sign of wavering under her cruelty. Instead, she smiles.
Atone for my failures? You're way off. You're right about one thing, though. She is gone. The person who cared for me more than anyone in the world. Dead. When she gave me a shoulder to lean on, I pushed her away. I left her to die alone and in pain. How could I ever atone for that? How could I ever expect her to forgive me? How selfish of me to even ask for that.
Liam furrows her brow in suspicion.
Then why can't you let it go? CO7 is the hero who brings the happy ending, no matter what she's faced with. What you are doing now is anything but that.
The hero who brings a happy ending, no matter what she's faced with. That's what I said in the behind-the-scenes interview of CO7 too. I'm surprised you even remember that.
After a brief pause, she smiles again.
But there'll be no happy ending for me. You probably heard that. After she died, I starred in a few movies with other directors, but they all went south. Not because they weren't commercially successful or popular, but because I couldn't shake that feeling of disgust. I'd never felt that playing CO7. The cameras, the boom mics, the spotlights, the sight of them made me want to throw up, scream, do anything to run away from it all. Eventually, I retired from acting. But that sense of disgust never left me. It haunted me wherever I went, whatever I did. I kept asking myself, why is this happening to me? Why can't I just act? Why? Day and night, I wrestled with these questions. Until one day, I found the answer.
Her gaze burns with intensity, and yet it carries a bone-chilling coldness. It is fixed firmly upon Noor.
It all began with a dire mistake. One that needs to be corrected.
Silver needles streak through the air in a sudden downpour.
Miss Noah, get back!
Yeah, let's beat up a lady! Oh, that's right! Balance mode! Crystal, you came in on a bad time! You came in on a bad time! There's contents! There's contents to this, Crystal! There's contents to this! The lady is a bad guy! She almost murdered people, Crystal! There's contents to that! Trust me! Look, Crystal! The person I'm about to fight, the lady! She literally was about to murder people! She is about to murder someone! Crystal! I have to beat up the lady who's about to murder someone, Crystal!
Always ready to go.
That's the contents here! Also, if I'm gonna do this, I need to do this.
Пожалуйста, пропустите меня.
Let's go where trees and grass grow.
I just want to beat up someone, okay? Like... Oh, it's not even... Okay, never mind. It's not even the lady, it's just a lady. Okay. Anyway! Hey, Crystal! Did you know we got a new command? Did you know we got a new command crystal? Anyway.
I wasn't wrong about you after all.
Whoa! Whoa!
Countless choices have led up to this moment. But not all of those choices were made willingly. No. Some of us had no choice but to fight over scraps in the dark corners of society. This time, though, it is my choice. My own will. And I'm fortunate to have you playing opposite me. I can see it in your eyes. You're not playing the role of a hero or an officer. You're yourself, and nothing less.
What about you? Is playing the role of a murderous villain really what you want?
The answer to that is yours to find out, little visual.
I can't wait anymore!
Oh, that's right, I forgot. She immediately gets this. That's right. Alright, so I guess we'll immediately do this. Alright, let me double check this. Hold on. We'll get this to Regulus.
Please lend me your power.
Start me up!
Actually, no, wait, no. I'm gonna do it to Druvius.
Please stay behind me.
Good timing.
They're just little games.
Whoa! I've never seen that ultimate before.
Advice from the forest.
You won't get away.
Woohoo! Release! Peace and love! Peace and love!
A word of warning. Don't leave your friends stranded. Their lives are in your hands.
That's the direction. Look, an earth-suspended river.
How are you doing, by the way, Crystal? I hope you're doing good.
К вашим услугам. Xiangliang, please lend me your power.
Start me up!
Actually, I'm gonna do... Yeah.
A clear vision. Please stay behind me.
They're just little games.
Ice flood.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world!
Oh my god, I copied her! And imposed her!
Oh, another addition to my collection. Soon, you'll all be tucked away in my film reel.
Okay, now we're going to be beating up a lady. Awesome. It's a copy of Our Lady.
The reticent words are good timing.
Xiangmiao, the flood is coming.
I weave the gown with thorns. You shall repay with sacrifice of wounds. No need to look back.
My responsibility.
Worry not. The direction of fate is decided. Peace and love!
No need to worry.
Don't touch my bag!
Oh, it seems you know how to take care of your friends.
Please stay behind me.
That's the direction.
Advice from the forest.
Hey, Reckless back!
Push le naufrageux teach of Mrs. Vador.
Promise I'm gonna lose Leon. Whoa!
I've been waiting for this. Get the camera rolling, Noir. At last I'll get the ending I always wanted.
Huh. Looks like there's no stopping you.
In that case, I'll make you stop.
Leon! You are literally frozen! I don't know how you're going to make this lady stop. If you're frozen, you are literally paused in time right now while your doppelganger wants to murder me. I don't know what you want, lady. You just can't do that.
Start me up! They're just little games. Left hand up. Now right hand up. Lights! Are you ready to be blinded?
Good timing.
The flood is coming.
Are you ready?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go party!
Advice from the forest.
Worry not. The direction of fate is decided.
Xiangmiao,
Please stay behind me.
Good timing.
Awaken. You won't get away. My responsibility. That's the direction.
Please stay behind me. Start me up.
强梁既出，王有不为。Prepare to be drowned.
Left hand up. Now right hand up.
You won't get away.
No need to worry.
This isn't over yet. Xiangliang, please lend me your...
Good timing. The reticent woods are watching you.
Advice from the forest. I weave the gown with thorns. You shall repay with sacrifice of wounds.
Good timing.
К вашим услугам. Please stay behind me.
Penetrate. Advice from the forest.
Rivers are the stars of the earth. Be careful. My responsibility. Enough of this, Xixi. Stop this feudal resistance and face reality. No matter how hard you try, you can't change the past.
No, Little Vigil. This isn't my curtain call. Not yet.
Watch out, Liang.
We've done a good job. Now, may I have a hand towel?
Ammo's running low, sir. They must be gaining power from this area.
Oh my! What the? Girl! Lady!
I hate you, Nor. You were born with a silver spoon and exceptional talent. You took everything for granted. You looked down on everyone else.
Girl!
Always hated you.
Miss Noah, hold on!
That was close.
Miss Xixi, is this really what you want to do? Are you really going to kill Miss Noah? You have to stop! This is completely meaningless!
Meaningless? No. This is exactly what needs to happen. Every story must have an ending after all. The past has held me prisoner for far too long. I need an ending, a conclusion, so I can finally leave it behind me. Only then can I reach my perfect grand finale. Xiangliang, impossible. You didn't chant the incantation.
This time, I won't hesitate. You're my inspiration, Miss Xixi. Like the countless kids who were once lost. I found myself in CO7, and that's exactly why I have to stop you. 强梁既出，王有不为，斩杀凶旧，小节不详。
Go, Leon! Go, go! What a cliffhanger! Dun, dun, dun! See, Crystal? why we had to beat up the lady. That's why we had to beat up the lady. Alright, let me check my timer. 20 minutes. Awesome. Stage 20. Until the light fades. The final spark in their eyes fade in slowly. Yahoo! Trauma! A brilliant flash splits the darkened sky in two. The thunderous roar scatters the shadows. All fear and unease are forgotten in an instant. Every head turns to the place where lightning struck to see a colossal beast standing in solemn majesty. The crowd falls silent, but a single young voice cries out.
Mommy, look! It's Qiangliang!
The child raises a lantern silently.
It's just like the painting on my lantern!
The paper-crafted beast bears little resemblance to the mighty guardian towering in the distance. Yet something in his stern, round-faced eye, face carries something of his righteous spirit as the crowd shifts their gaze between the small paper lanterns and the guardian. Their voices finally return.
You're right. It's the legendary Sandal Beast. Look, it has the tail of a snake and the head of a tiger, just like the illustrations.
Oh, don't worry, Logan. The camera head girl is safe. She is okay. She is perfectly safe and alive. We're about to get into what seems to be the finale, the big O ending, the climax of the story.
Has the legendary Qiangliang come to save us? Does that mean that girl is this Zhangzi?
Yeah, I'm probably going to finish it tonight. I'm on like stage 19, and the final stage is 22. So I'm pretty much about to finish it tonight.
What are you two yapping about? 显道 Beast? 正直? Those are just fairy tales. Didn't Mr. Zhou say this was all part of a film shoot?
That's right. I told you this was all for a movie. Why don't you guys believe me?
Oh, come on. You're always full of hot air. That said, there's no way this is real. It must just be some fancy special effects. So, I'll believe you this once.
Logan! How could you? I mean, I would believe it if it was Crystal that was saying it. But you, Logan? How could you? Oh, for shame. For shame. I'm gonna screenshot that so I can send it to Crystal later. But for shame. How could you, man?
Wait, so all those things were fake? Oh, I almost freaked out when those ghosts came out. Their costumes and makeup were so real looking. Man, am I glad I came to Chinatown. This parade's been insane. I gotta take more photos.
The fear that once filled their hearts gradually fades. Those who understand the truth exchange knowing smiles.
Wow, that's Qiangliang, huh? Looks totally awesome. I heard that a descendant of the 12th Zhengzi joined the Features Bureau, but this is the first time I've ever seen Qiangliang in action.
Oh, looks like they got that actor lady under control.
See? Loggerhead is perfectly safe.
Now all we need to do is grab that cursed film reel and break the barrier. And the victims will be sane again. It'll be happily ever after for everyone.
Before she can finish speaking, her optimistic prediction is ruthlessly overturned.
What boy? This again? What's going on? Didn't they finish the job?
An anomaly even greater than the last crashes down upon them. Startled cries rise from the ground.
Look! I found something's wrong with it!
Something is very wrong indeed. What was assumed to be a mere optical distortion is now starting to seep into tangible reality. It is undeniably interfering with the physical world.
Is that archway melting?
It kinda looks like a burning piece of film.
They all look at each other, finding the same alarm in each other's faces.
Wait, the barrier was created by that spooky film reel, right? Then, this means is...
It's falling apart. We need to get out of here.
Get everyone away from the edges of the barrier. The further they are from those twisting buildings, the better.
Understood. But what the hell is going on? I thought you had the target locked down.
We do, but clearly this isn't over yet. Miss Latham, anything you can do?
Yes, sir, but I'll need a few of your men. I can use the containment incantation they taught me at work. But I don't think it'll hold for long.
Just do your best. In the meantime, we'll eliminate the problem at the source.
Eldon's furious gaze lands on Kachin.
All right, Qixing. Whatever you're doing with the reel, stop it now! Or I'll make you stop it!
I'm not doing anything.
She stands, her hat few feet away, her body slumped against the wall behind her. As she barely manages to stay upright, she forces a crooked grin.
It's the film reel. It's reached its limit.
From her coat, she pulls out the object responsible for all this chaos. Had Leon not once held the film reel herself, she might not have recognized it at all.
The reunion of the three swallows. What's happening to it? Wait, there's something else here.
No doubt about it. Evil spirits. An insane number of them.
Anon shoves through the crowd, rushing to Kachin's side. With just one glance at the film reel, her face goes pale. Upon hearing Anon's words, Leon's expression darkens.
So you think so too? We had a similar encounter at the city hall not long ago. Mr. Wang must have lost some of his spiritual energy to the film reel, leaving his body open to wandering evil spirits. Since then, I've suspected that...
The uneasy speculation lodges in her throat, but Anon's voices it for her.
Of course! I should have realized earlier!
The ghost hunter lets out a long, frustrated sigh, then furrows her brows in thought, her expression growing increasingly grim.
Obviously, evil spirits would be attracted to the film reel. It's like leaving a pot of honey in front of a wasp's nest.
Hi, Shiny Bot! Thank you for the lurk! Enjoy the royal seats!
A living soul is a wandering spirit's favorite meal. So with the number of souls scattered in the film reel, it's like a total feast. All that evil spiritual energy must have the film reel bursting at the seams.
Anon scans her surroundings, alarm in her eyes. The collapse is approaching fast, as if reality itself is about to be swallowed whole. Yes, Crystal! Logan mentioned Alien Stage! I can't believe it! Logan, of all people, I would have expected it from you, Crystal! Yet neither Leon nor Anon can see a single wandering or evil spirit. A sudden realization strikes Leon. Her gaze snaps to Kachin. but upon seeing her, her eyes widen in shock.
Miss Qixing, your hand!
I must admit.
Deep jacket cracks has spread across the entire film reel and climbed up Kichin's hand and arm like sinister veins. Yeah, that'll happen. Another one for the road, Crystal. Another one for the road.
The film reel isn't the only thing at its limit. I can't hold on much longer.
Oh man, all I can really say to that, Crystal, is that yeah, Logan, you need to watch the rest of it. You need to watch the rest of it. Also, Crystal, this is really bad timing right now, but don't you think Kachin looks kind of like that one character from Alien Stage? You know the one that happens later on? Like with the long hair and stuff? Hey, I'm just saying things, Crystal. I'm just saying things. The vessel containing Qianlan straps around Lan's waist starts to shudder. To Queenlan, the malevolent energy emanating from Qichin must be irrigated. That's an emote? There's a mutant emote? That's so funny.
What does that mean?
A thought flashes through Leon's mind.
Could it be that the film reel has been out of control since the beginning?
That depends on how you define the beginning.
Even though Kajin avoids answering, Leon knows she's right. Scattered pieces of the puzzle find their place, and finally, the picture begins to form a whole. Okay, before they reveal whatever is about to be revealed, I'm putting out my prediction. The lady that they said died in a fire did not actually die. She's the mastermind behind all of this. I'm calling it now. Teresa is the mastermind.
Since the moment Miss Latham played the cursed film, people have started to suffer from mental disorders. But if you think about it, the sequence of events doesn't make sense. There were only 5 victims of the film incident in Hong Kong 8 years ago. But this time, the number of victims was growing rapidly. That was until you got involved, Miss Qixing. Ever since you took possession of the film reel, only a small number of specific people have been targeted. We thought you were exploiting the reel's power to carry out your vigilantism, but in truth, you were trying to control the reel by limiting its victims to those you deemed as villains.
Full disbelief still colors her voice. Her words are not a question. Eldon and the others stare, caught between shock and suspicion as they turn towards the woman they assumed was the true culprit.
Is that true?
You flatter me, little Vigil. I simply didn't want her legacy to become a tool of evil. That was never her intention.
So that's why you did all this? You wanted us all at the parade because you were losing control of the reel? But isn't your goal to kill Miss Noah? Was that also a setup? If the film reel wasn't part of your plan, then what was?
A conclusion she herself once didn't resurface in her mind, and she realizes she had made a critical error. Yeah, if she dies, then yeah, she was meant to die in every universe. Flashback!
Miss Qixing still can't accept the way Miss Noah ended Detective 073. That's her motive. The ending consists of 2 major elements, the Shehe parade and the villain who should have been punished. She now sees Noah as that villain.
Noah isn't the villain, is she? In your perfect grand finale, the villain you intend to kill at the parade is none other than yourself.
Holy heck!
It's a good ending for everyone. The big bad finally gets her comeuppance, and who better fits the role than me?
Oh!
This is the grand finale you want to have? But why does it have to end like this?
Because this is the way it has to be. When a drop of ink falls onto paper, no matter how hard you wipe, it can never be spotless again. People say that every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. What garbage. Some mistakes can never be forgiven.
What happened to her, Jun, was an accident. You shouldn't blame yourself for her death. It wasn't your fault.
Oh!
But it was my fault. It was my stubbornness, my selfishness, that pushed my dear friend, who really, truly cared for me, toward the cliff.
Oh!
How can someone like me carry the title of CO7? I don't deserve to stand in the spotlight ever again. Punishing those equally despicable pieces of scum made me feel better for a while, but it didn't last. That sickening feeling inside, that disgust in myself, it wouldn't stop. I looked everywhere for a way to heal it. But then I realized that the biggest piece of scum was me.
Katie looks up at the sky and lets out a long breath. For the first time, her expression softens, as if she has finally released the burden, and within her eyes, something new flickers. Hope!
The answer was so simple. I can hardly believe it took me so long to see it. And now, it's time to put an end to this nauseating nightmare.
Please don't die! This will be the 4th beautiful woman to die in this game. In my experience, at least. Leon cannot understand it.
No, you're being too harsh on yourself. Jun doesn't blame you. I'm certain of it.
Quit it, Vigil. Look around you. Can you still claim that I'm not to blame?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Crystal. This game clearly hates women. Especially hot, beautiful women. And I don't want to stand it. And yeah, I still play this game anyway.
Well, I can. And let me tell you, Teresa was much stronger than you say she was.
Leon turns to see Porter helping Nora back into her wheelchair.
Yes, Teresa would cry often, but that made her no less determined of an artist. And before long she'd be at my door saying, I made some edits. Take a look. You know that's what she was like. Do you seriously think she gave up dreams, her life, just because of a few harsh words?
Honestly, hold on, let me check my chat real quick. Let me check something real quick. Oh, I didn't even notice we got a first-time chatter here. Hi, Daedala. Welcome to the stream. And honestly, when I'm all caught up on Reverse 1999, when I finish the latest chapter, I am definitely going to do a tier list of all of the women in this game, and I'm going to have a specific tier for you're hot, but you're dead. And it's going to be at the very top. So thank you for the idea, Daedala. Yes, Crystal, for real. Definitely. Also, that is literally me. I made some edits take a look? That is literally me when it comes to making spoiler clips.
No, I could never have a coward like that as a partner.
Nora's face is twisted. Oh, isn't that time already? Oh, shoot, you're right. You're right. In that case, we will have a quick pause during the story to do a 3-minute ad. Well, no. We'll do a 2-minute ad because it's almost time for Logan Robo to go live anyway in like 40 minutes. So I'll do a 2-minute ad and then we will resume the stream. And then we will finish the event. So see y'all in 2 minutes. Please let me know what kind of ads you get. Also, in case you're not stuck in an ad right now, here. I got follower emotes. So if you're interested in those emotes, give a follow. Wow! I ad about car, and you don't even have a license. Amazing. Oh. I'll remember to tell you this, Crystal, but I need to tell you about a crazy ad that I got the other day. At least the music's doing pretty good. At least the music's doing pretty good. It's amazing how I can just do that with a press of a button now. Alright, the ad should be almost over. Welcome back from the ad! I hope it was a good ad! Crystal! You say you got an ad about a car and you don't even have a license? Well, let me tell you about a very weird ad that I got. So, first of all, I want to do a shout out. I want to do a shout out to someone who just became a affiliate the other day. Hold on. I want to shout out ShinyBot TV. They just become a affiliate the other day, so I want to give them a shout out. So please, follow them.
Alright.
Look! They have rats!
Alright. Ouchie. Oh my gosh, did you see that? How high was that? How much damage was that? Wow. The run is just over. Just like that. Incredible. She wasn't even that low in HP. I am stunned.
Yeah, so that's ShinyBot. So, I was going to their very first affiliate stream. And they ran the very first ad. Yeah, that was the opera scene in episode. One of the tragic Yuri characters in this game. So, I was watching ShinyBot's very first ad break. One of the ads, I kid you not, starts with this guy eating some guac with some chips and then he leaves the chip in, and then he grabs the chips, and then one guy's like, how do you sleep at night? And I kid you not, the ad was for a mattress. It was a mattress ad, and I was so flabbergasted. I was like, I'm sorry, how do you go from that to that? What the? So at least you got a car ad. It was crazy times. I'm gonna drink my water again. Alright, let's get back to the story. Oh, right. Trauma. Yuck. I wish the ad was like that, Crystal. I wish the ad was like that. Nora's face is twisted in a fury Leanne has never seen before. It sets a fire and the woman beneath her glare, making her frown in turn.
Whatever you say. Director or not, you can't tell me what to do anymore. I will have this ending.
Not my watch! I thought another one of my favorite in this event was going to die, but then she lived! You are not going to die, you hear me?
Come on, officers. Finish the job. I'd do it myself if I had the strength.
No! Her voice is unwavering!
I've learned a lot these past years. If you want to save this city, you'll have to kill me. Those spirits will disappear, and everything will be back to normal. A perfect grand finale, isn't it? So what are you waiting for?
So it's come to this, has it?
Alden swears under his breath as he reaches for the gun at his waist! Gucci lunges on, seemingly pleased! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Wait, sir!
Lightning shoots through Leanne's body! Her feet, once nailed to the ground, suddenly feel weightless! She steps forward.
There's no guarantee that things will play out like Miss Qixing said. Please, let me try something. After all, exorcism is my and Qiangliang's specialty.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it! Exorcism! Exorcism! I had a hard time pronouncing that earlier.
Wait, what are you?
Before either Eldon or Qixing can react, the film reel is already in Leon's grasp. Go, girl! Save the world!
Liang!
You out of your mind or something?
Yes, there are a huge number of evil entities bound within it. And this is probably the most formidable opponent Qiangliang and I have ever faced. But I must confront this challenge. Not to protect the honor of my family, or to mimic CO7 either. But because I want to. Because it's right.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you're still there, Dadila. But I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope everything's very cool.
Every story has an ending. And I must act to create the best one for everyone. Sorry. I don't have any flower words or clever arguments. But if you're willing to help me... Please, Qiangliang. Heed my call.
Whoa! Animation!
This isn't good.
You can do it! You can do it, Leanne!
Qiangliang.
Oh, dang! Dang!
幸有大贤方相使，受天子之托，向12摄提神请愿，得巫武之礼，降服恶兽，收为己用，更名为显道兽。然而，显道兽一时能庇护的范围终究有限，一时人间仍有诸多邪祟诡异肆虐，
非人力所能敌。但那时的百姓们却从未放弃过抵抗，因为他们知道，只要心怀希望与斗志到最后一刻，仙道手必将现身，逐除恶鬼，还人间一片太平。
香料 ，No！
Is he sacrificing himself? Is he dying? No! Not the kitty cat! Not the cat! Not the dog cat! No! I don't know if this is better or worse than Kachin dying. I genuinely do not know. Why is that the cliffhanger? Why? On the bright side, we are definitely finishing this. We might have a little bit of overtime, so we'll miss a little bit of what Logan's going through. But hey! Happy ending, I guess! Stage 21, rescreen, but you'll always love the story, for it remains there, unchanged. What the heck, man? Also, thank you, Dadilla. I appreciate it. The storm clouds gradually disperse, and sunlight streams into the ward. In the corner, the television broadcasts a news report.
Last night, the Chinatown Shuhu Parade drew hundreds, as tourists and locals gathered for the Eastern spectacle. These photos, shared by an enthusiastic tourist, show the enormous holographic images that were created on site using arcane skills to present a stunning performance of the Chinese folktale Zhang Liang's exorcism.
Oh yeah, sure! Holographic images! Sure!
The event has been deemed a well-organized success, with many promising to attend again next year. Locals have expressed their thanks. One spokesperson said, "It's been wonderful to share our culture with people from all around the world. Chinatown is always ready to welcome new friends from both near and far." In other news, the arcane vigilante Night Piercer, who has perpetrated dozens of attacks across the city, has been apprehended by the DAA. Night Piercer was revealed to be Qi Xing, a former Hong Kong movie star. Some members of the public have expressed continued support for the vigilante due to the questionable backgrounds of her victims.
On the bright side, she's alive, so I will take that.
Deputy Chief Eldon of the Division of Arcane Affairs gave his response.
Vigilante justice is incredibly dangerous to our society. No individual has the right to bypass the law and enact their judgment on others. Taking the law into your own hands will only lead to chaos, violence, and potential harm to innocent people. We urge the citizens of Los Angeles to place their trust in us as we continue to dedicate ourselves to maintaining a safer society for everyone. If you share our passion for justice, we encourage all citizens to direct their assistance and feedback to the Division of Arcane Affairs.
The LAPD has just announced a plan to add a number of positions for Arcane Affairs officers in the coming year to address the DAA's staffing shortage. The St. Pavlov Foundation's Vigils Bureau training program is also set to begin in the coming months. To apply, please dial...
Hearing this news, the woman hops up joyfully and turns to the man sitting up in bed.
Hey! They're hiring Arcane Affairs officers! Hasn't it always been your dream to don the uniform? Looks like they accept all the applicants too. Why don't you give it a shot when you are better?
Knock it off. I've been a greengrocer for 20 years. There's no way I could be a cop. Right?
He waves off his wife, but as he does so, he turns to the man beside him with a nervous look on his face, expecting the idea to get shot down. But the reaction he gets is unexpected.
What are you staring at me for? If you want to do it, just do it. I'm sure the neighborhood will be glad to see you wearing the badge. Besides, I spent some time with the officers at the parade. I'm sure that you will be just as capable as them. You're gonna have to toughen up a little, though.
Leanne, who has been watching the exchange, smiles.
Mr. Wan, you're strong, healthy, and have a natural talent for arcane skills. With a little training, I'm sure you'll become an outstanding officer.
Not gonna lie! I forgot this is what she looks like in her base form. I was so used to her Insight 2 skin that I forgot that was an Insight 2 skin. I thought that was her base form. I had gotten so used to it for such a short time. Who would have thought?
There's a lot that goes into being an officer, but I believe what matters most is the heart to pursue justice and the courage to protect others. The doctor said you can be discharged soon. You should seriously consider applying for the position.
Well, in that case, I'll think about it.
Thank you so much, young lady. I heard you were the one who got rid of the crews and saved everyone. You are our hero.
She claps Leanne's hand tightly in a warm grip. This time, her hand is steady. Leanne returns the handshake.
You're too kind, madam. I was only doing my job. And I didn't do it alone. It was a combined effort.
Well, that's that. No more cursed film crazies. Almost all the victims have recovered. Most of them have already been discharged too. Just a few poor saps who got hit hard are still around. But they should be out of here before long. Same goes for the victims in the parade. They've all regained their what's it called again?
Anon gives a helpless sigh.
It's 三魂七魄啊 madam. Just call it spiritual energy or something like that. I heard that those crooks who were taught by a thing or two by Qixing has also recovered. Well, mentally lah. They are pretty physically messed up, so they will have to stay here for a while, I think.
So many victims and not a single death. That's a blessing.
Yay!
Qixing pulled her punches, apparently. I guess deep down she wasn't the deliverer of justice she claimed she was. Well, no use wondering about it. Years on this job will quickly show you that the madness in Arcanist blood always comes out in Arcanist criminals. Trying to understand them is a waste of time.
That may be the case, but I think that if we look at each other as individuals, we can come to understand one another eventually.
She takes out the brick-sized mobile phone she has carried with her since she was 6 years old! That giant brick! 6 years old! My goodness. But now its screen remains dark. Oh, no matter how much Leanne tries to summon the spirit residing within, there is no response. Oh.
If we'll try our best.
Holding on to hope, Leanne tries a few different button combinations on the phone. Usually the screen will light up, but this time, there is nothing. Honestly, this entire story, I was not expecting the cat, the god cat, to be the one to sacrifice itself. Now that was a plot twist.
Still nothing from Xiang Liang?
Leanne lowers her gaze and shakes her head.
Well, what did you expect? That huge spooky spookters was a nasty opponent on its own. Not to mention all the ghosts that were attracted by that film reel. It was creepy lah. All those ghosts in one place. It was more crowded than the Dai Pai Dong. I mean, the Chinatown food store on a Saturday night. What's worse, those specters drowned the 三魂七魄 of innocent people. If that hadn't happened, then Qiang Liang wouldn't have had to
Anon cuts herself off. It would be too cruel to say these words in front of Leon.
Qiangliang was lost because of my incompetence. I don't know how I'll be able to face my family now. And there's something else that's bothering me.
Yeah, who's the mastermind who helped Scott? Flashback!
When Qiangliang pulled in the evil spirits, I thought I was going to die with it. But it looked at me and pushed me aside. It bore everything, all alone. Why did it go to such lengths to help me? Because I'm its Zhenzi. The way it looked at me, I think it wanted to tell me something. But I didn't understand what. Qiangliang had been by my side since I was 6. But I always saw it as a heavy burden or a double-edged sword. I never saw it as an independent individual or as a friend. I never tried to truly understand it. And now, I've probably lost the opportunity to ever understand it.
Leon sighs and falls silent. The other two exchange a glance and simultaneously pat on their shoulders.
Come on, enough with the long face. Maybe Qiangliang will respond to you one day lah. You never know. And I'm here if you ever need my professional ghost-busting service. Exclusive discount just for you,
Agreed. Isn't it a literal legendary beast that's existed for ages? No way it bit the dust just like that. I bet it's recharging in its lair or something. Then it'll come back when it's full of juice again.
I hope so.
She knows these are just comforting words, but their concern for her gives her the strength to move forward nevertheless.
Oh, Portier! There you are. And the ghost-busting girl in Liang. Great!
A familiar figure waves from the end of the hallway as she hurries over. Noticing Leon's slightly surprised expression, she slows her steps.
Oh, sorry. I mean, Officer Liang. But if you don't mind...
Of course I don't. Just call me Liang.
Despite her swift response, Leon still feels a little surprised when she sees the officer extend her hand towards her.
Oh, where are my manners? Name's Jenny Carter. Just Jenny's fine. Unlike your instructor, I don't try to hide my appreciation of people. I gotta say, you've done an awesome job. Folks at the department have all been talking about it. We're proud of you. Please tell me there's some way to postpone the end of your field training.
This is the second hand Leon has shaken today!
Thank you. That's very kind. What brings you here?
Deputy Chief Eldon, of course. Who else? Foundation staff have arrived. They're gonna take over Qi Xing's interrogation and everything. They're gonna take the film reel back to their headquarters, too. But your request has been approved. We can watch Reunion of the Three Swallows before they take it away.
For crying out loud, the DAA is in a movie theater. Where'd all these people come from?
Eldon scans the group before him.
My apologies, sir. I invited them. This may be the only chance for Teresa's last work to be shown to the public. I want as many people to see it as possible. Every filmmaker wants their work to be shown to the world. I appreciate your understanding.
Before Eldon can respond, Anon cuts in.
Come on, sir. It's no big deal. Everyone here knows what really happened. We just want to know what the film's about.
Yeah, didn't you see something on TV about... assistance and feedback? You'd be going back on your word if you ignored us now.
Hey, don't you go talking circles around me again.
Even in this harmonious scene, the two men can't help but bicker. Porter rolls her eyes. Luckily, the two are quickly interrupted by a woman in a Foundation uniform.
No need to worry, Deputy Chief Eldon. After thorough examination, we've determined that the film reel no longer possesses the ability to twist reality. It was our negligence that allowed the film to be taken in the first place. So, as Mr. Zhou said, the people deserve to know the truth. Besides, every viewer is required to sign this confidentiality agreement before entering the screening room. Alright everyone, please hurry. The movie starts in 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm pumped! No way I'm missing this! Give me a pen!
On! Heads over to the desk, and the DAA officers and Chinatown privates detectives follow suit. Leanne and Nora, on the other hand, hang back. They already signed the confidentiality agreement. After all, they're the ones who drafted it.
You have my thanks, Vigil. If it weren't for you, I doubt Ah Sing and I would have had this chance to watch our good friend's swan song. I also have to thank you for helping me stop Ah Sing and for helping me keep my promise.
Your promise?
Nora pats her hands on her thighs.
Yes, I swore on these two legs. In the past, all I cared about was making the best film. I saw everyone, even my actors and writers, as tools to reach that goal. But I was wrong. There's no such thing as a best film, only a better film. And to make a better film, I need a team around me. What matters most is the people who make the film, not the film itself.
She turns her head and looks towards the bolted door at the other end of the room.
But as long as we're living, there's still a future. Maybe I should hire a good lawyer for Ah Sing. They can probably secure a shorter sentence when she's free again, both physically and mentally. Perhaps we can make a movie together, just like old times.
Aww. Leanne is momentarily stunned.
Are you sure? With all due respect, Miss Noah, that will probably be a very long time from now.
So, even if we're old ladies by then, as long as we can still move, I'm certain we can make movies. Speaking of which, you'd make an excellent addition to my crew, Miss Liang. Don't hesitate to contact me if you reconsider your career choice.
You're very generous, Miss Noah. But I think I'll stick to being a fan for the time being.
Aww.
I look forward to seeing what you do next.
You won't be disappointed. By the way, have you seen Miss Latham lately? I tried to invite her, but she didn't pick up the phone. She must have left it in her room again.
Actually, I ran into her at the hospital earlier. Miss Scott just regained consciousness. She wanted to visit her.
Nora's smile fades slightly, and a complicated expression comes over her.
Miss Scott... Something tells me that there's still an unsolved mystery there.
Yeah! Who helped her steal the fine?
You mean a truth hidden behind all these incidents?
Yes, like a chessboard, where the pawns placed on the front line. Somehow, we've managed to fight our way out, escaping our planned doom. But who is the player who placed us there? They are still a mystery, watching us from the shadows. I don't like this feeling.
I swear, if it turns out to be Sophia, and she was like, meh, it was all part of the Madness Ventic plan, meh. I'll be so upset if that was my first encounter with Sophia.
I'll keep an eye on the matter. I already made a detailed report to my superiors. If there's anything else going on, I'm sure the vigils will put a stop to it.
I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
Nora's expression does not ease. It seems the title Vigil Burrow doesn't bring her much confidence. Before Leanne can inquire further, Pointer calls her.
Hey, you two! Get your asses in the screening room! We're all waiting for you!
On our way!
Nothing's more important than a movie that's about to start. Let's go, Vigil.
They exchange a smile and enter the makeshift theater together. Yay! Oh, I love this song! The end! Except we have one final find left. Well, two final finds. That morning, when Liam missed the rooms and Sis handed me a bottle of beer, suddenly I understood. I already had the whole world. I just hadn't bothered to look. You're right. If we cut out the chaotic, corrupted footage, this could be a great film. That line is so Teresa. A house can be rebuilt, and the gaps between friends can be mended. She always loved life. It's hard to believe, especially after seeing this. A Teresa like this would never have taken her own life. You're right. Miss Mitchell, thank you. Her creation being restored to its original form is something I'm truly grateful for. And it's all thanks to you and your team. About Kindland, I'm more sorry than you can imagine. This wasn't my intention, but ultimately, my selfish behavior caused this to happen. And is there anything I can do to make amends? There's no need to feel guilty, Miss Kuchin. Purging the ghost plague is part of Kindland's duty and my duty. Duty. I know you really liked those movies. I must really have let you down, kid. I won't lie. I was a little disappointed. But it doesn't matter. C07 is still my favorite character, and Matt will never change. Thank you. Wait a moment, Kuchin. Before you and the officers leave, Miss Leon and I need to confirm one last thing. There's something in your testimony that's been eating at me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're lying. The visuals irritation experts confirm that much. But even you've probably noticed the sequence of events that led you to become the Night Piercer. You stole the reel, caused the incident in Chinatown, but your motives seem, inconsistent. I feel like I'm missing a piece to this puzzle. Almost like the memory gaps affecting a loggerhead, but your expertise in arcane skills surpasses hers. Perhaps you can recall something. I'm sorry, I really don't remember. I only recall how it all began. I got word that reunion of the Three Swallows had found its way out of the Foundation storage and into the black market. I even got into the secret auction for it through some intermediaries, but unfortunately, I didn't have the dough. So I asked myself, who else out there could be as fixated on that reel as me? The answer to that was obvious. It's me. That's right, you're a public figure. Following you to Los Angeles wasn't difficult. I tracked down your intermediary, Pug Dog, and for a bit of cash, I got the time and location of your deal. I see. So the friendly advice Pug Dog gave me back then was about you. We're a guy. Zero professional efforts. That night, my only objective was to take the reel from you. The question of who stole it from the Foundation wasn't something I even bothered to think about, but at the very last moment, a silver sense kicked in. It was a close call, but I managed to hold myself back. I think there was a moment when I really intended to kill that poor staffer, Miss Scott. But I don't understand why I felt that way. You know the rest. The player that placed us here. Well, it's just mostly because I can't remember much of the story, as well as the fact that I haven't caught up yet. But yeah, I can't believe so many ladies just die. Alright, Loki just went live. But I have to see this finale. And then we will go raid Logan. So hang tight. We're almost done. Almost done. The final stage. Anonymous visitor. A bouquet left by the comforter. Wilting away. Whoa! Are we going to finally see the mastermind? It's probably the Madness Fente. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Scott's ward. Scott's ward. Did I take a wrong turn?
I love you, Loggerhead!
Oh, excuse me, Doctor. Could you tell me where Constance Scott's ward is? I'm kinda lost.
That is a very good point, Della. That is a very good point. That is a very good point, Della. To kill male characters, you have to create them. And we barely have that much. Puzzles! Hey, puzzles! Yeah, I got a stream deck. Once I finally finish this stage, we're going to raid Logan, and I'm going to use the brand new stream deck to go into my engine screen and stuff like that. But nice to see you, puzzles! I don't know if you noticed, but we got a new command. I literally just made it today during stream. Blame Nora for it.
You're in the wrong area. You need to go straight forward this way, take a left at the corner, and a right at the next.
D-Della just followed. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the stream.
Thank you, Della! Thank you for the follow! I guess that means I really captured their heart, huh? In that case, hold on. Let me find the button on the stream deck. Let me give you the Discord server. If you're interested in hanging out in a Discord server, that's where I do most of my updates and stuff, as well as talking about all the kinds of random games. And if you happen to also play Reverse 1999, here's my ID. So you can friend me on Reverse 1999.
Forward, left, then right. Okay. I'll remember it now. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
I swear, if the mastermind is Sophia, Lockerhead makes her way down the hallway, muttering the directions to herself as she goes. But then, she stops and turns back in confusion.
That's odd. Why do I feel like I talked to that doctor a few days ago?
You did! Leon was there!
Must just be my bad memory. The lady last time was more friendly.
She tilts her head before quickly deciding to let it go.
Wait, which way did she say again?
Sorry, Doctor. It isn't time for the routine checkup yet.
You're right. But yesterday's medical report showed some concerning fluctuations in the patient's data. It's probably nothing serious, but we should conduct a clinical check on the patient, just in case.
Oh, by the way, Puzzle! Since we're going to be raiding into Logan's stream soon, I should let you know. I don't know if you saw it in the spoiler chat, but I also found out that I can use this stream deck for spoiler clips and stuff. And so, I've been very obsessed with it, rolling into a rabbit hole into doing that.
Please wait a moment. Let me verify this with your superior.
Of course, officer. You can never be too cautious, especially when the patient's involved in a sensitive case.
Yeah. Thanks for your...
The patient inside the ward hears the conversation outside the door come to a abrupt halt. She sits with her hands cuffed to the railing, turning her head away from the window and towards the closed door before her.
What's wrong?
There is no response from the other side. Several seconds later, the doorknob turns. Standing in the doorway is a doctor. She looks vaguely familiar. Hey, I don't blame you. Scott is a cutie pie. Scott is a cutie pie.
Good afternoon, Miss Scott. How are you feeling today?
Before the doors closed again, Scott catches a glimpse of the Arcane Affairs officer staring straight ahead. He doesn't so as much glance in her direction. Something is wrong. Scott shoots up straight.
Who are you?
Yeah, Scott is a cutie pie. A cutie pie who might be dying. I can't tell. I'm scared.
Someone brought you these flowers.
Flowers?
Only then does she notice that the doctor is holding a glass vase filled with pure white flowers, fresh and delicate.
No. Something's not right. I heard what you said to the officer. How are you supposed to do a medical check with flowers?
Oh, the guy who was faceless? That was just an officer. That was just an officer. Unless you're talking about the doctor, which in that case, that was the doctor.
Vase.
Scott vaguely hears her own voice being swallowed, but somehow she doesn't care. All her attention is locked onto the face. Not the flowers, but the face itself. At first glance, it looked like any other glass item, but now that it's under the sunlight, it's shimmering like crystal, diffracting dreamlike colors around the wall. Yeah, she's a goner!
Is this crystal?
A barrier blocking up her memory suddenly bursts.
It's you, madam. You said you wouldn't contact me unless something bad happened. Is there something wrong with the object you bought?
No, it is perfect. You have been of superb help.
Huh?! A crystal's talking?!
It was my honor to serve you, madam. And I must say, you have incredible foresight. The vigils caught me, but they couldn't get any useful information because I can't remember any.
But you still seem to be in a rather precarious situation.
Yes, but you needn't worry. I can handle this myself.
That is good to hear.
The other end of the communication incantation falls silent. If not for the light still reflecting from the face, she might have thought the other party already hung up. Yeah, we figured it out. Crystal was the real villain all along.
By the way, I met Matilda not long ago. She was worried about you. Have you not contacted her?
That is not necessary. Were she more perceptive, she would have already discovered me herself. She will find me when she's ready.
Huh?! The voice on the other side shows no interest in the topic. Maybe I should have gone straight to chapter 8, honestly. Because I'm so clueless! Scott smirks to herself, but struggles to find another excuse to prolong the conversation. But her moment is already past. The colors twist and her consciousness begins to spiral.
What was I doing again?
I am contacting you to express my gratitude. Merci beaucoup, Miss Scott. And please believe me, you are far more gifted than you think.
The woman's voice rings out from a particularly distorted and colorful spot in the room. It is elegant, dignified, and strangely familiar.
Who are you?
The voice does not answer.
However, those black dogs have a keener sense of smell than I thought. I am afraid our relationship has come to an end. Adieu, Miss Scott.
Huh? Wait.
Yeah, I would love a playable Scott, honestly. A bullet shatters the face, shattering the dream and crashing her back to reality. At some point, the door was silently opened. A pair of black leather boots steps over the shards of the broken face and comes to a stop at Scott's bedside.
Huh, they run fast.
Who are you?!
Looks like this fish is bigger than we thought.
Who are you?! Huh?! Who are you, ma'am?! Why awesome, huh? That's what I'm saying, Puzzles! That's what I'm saying!
Have you figured out what happened to the 2 officers?
The woman turns to her cadet. A man also dressed in the same black uniform is dragging the unconscious body of the doctor who visited earlier, besides that of the DAA officer who had been keeping guard outside.
They're under some kind of hypnosis. Caster's no amateur either. Arcane fluctuations are impossible to trace.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
She crouches down to pick up a shard of glass. As she examines it, her mouth curls into a smile.
Not bad. This is really bad. We already knew Scott was the culprit, but you just had to use her as bait to reel in the fish hiding in the darkness. Now all we have is Scott with no memories of what happened, and a stone-cold trail. Truly genius. And I still don't get why you're keeping all this from Liang. She's your cadet, and right here in the city. We should have had her join the investigation. I can't wait to see her face when she finds out what's been going on. And I'm not defending you this time either.
Faced with her cadet's accusations, the woman feigns innocent.
Defending me? There's nothing to defend.
Oh my goodness, I'm falling in love.
If we told her about our plan, she would have started acting differently and spooked our fish. Besides, the whole point of her field training program in the LAPD was to see if she could handle things on her own. And she's proven that she can. The Division of Arcane Affairs seems to adore her, so I'm sure the Deputy Chief will give her an excellent write-up. Everything's turned out great, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's wrong, Reinhardt, for real.
See? How considerate I am. How I always do things in my cadet's best interests. How could you make me out to be such a heartless, irresponsible monster?
She exaggerates a sorrowful expression, which only makes her cadet roll his eyes in desperation.
Oh, don't give me that look. Anyway, I think I've got an idea as to what's going on.
Really?
The woman drops her act and smiles knowingly.
Our big fish got away, yes. But just confirming that a fish this big exists has already made this worth our time. Now, back to the stolen arcane items. There are 5 in total, including the cursed film reel and the wind-up toy that the timekeeper shattered.
Should I write this down? Because I know the wind-up toy is in the chapter that I gotta do next. Chapter 8. And the cursed film reel was this chapter. Oh my goodness. I should probably pull up a notepad. That's okay, Della. I'm about to write Logan after this anyway. But I appreciate your warning. Okay. So. Film reel. Chinatown event. Wind-up toy. I was sorta spoiled about this, both with this event and the trailer for the chapter. But the wind-up toy is, I'm assuming, from chapter 8. The chapter, the one with Mr. Duncan in it.
Tell me, Bob, does our fish need all 5 arcane items?
It's Alan, not Bob. How many times do I have to tell you? And to answer your question, no. I don't think so. The wind-up toy has already been destroyed, and the film reel's been recovered by a fellow cadet.
Okay, so let me write this down. She didn't say what the other items are, but I'm gonna write this down for the future. That there are 5. So that's 1, 2, 3 more items that we gotta get like stories or events for. That's intriguing.
These items did cause a few problems, but I don't see any common thread between the incidents they caused.
Correct, Brian. Those 2 items were probably just decoys to divert our attention.
Again, it's Alan.
Ignoring her cadet's correction, she goes on.
夫藏木于林，人皆视而不见. Of the 5 objects, they probably only need 1. Take a guess, Buck. Which one do they need?
It's Alan. A-L-A-N. There isn't even a single B in it.
Poor guy! He's just like Kagami from AI The Summoning Files. Oh, not Kakami. Kanasia. Kalami, yes. The cadet sighs, half in reluctance, half in realization.
Well, out of the three, which one is... Wait, could it be?
Bingo.
From the way her cadet's face darkens, she can tell he has found the answer.
Does that mean the legend's real? It can really be used in that ritual?
It would seem so.
So, it's Manus Vindicte again.
He speaks the name, his expression grim.
They must have planted a mole somewhere among the Foundation's elites. Someone with clearance to the Arcanum Containment Department.
It seems our fish doesn't wear the black robe.
The woman taps her chin. This response makes her cadet's eyes widen in disbelief.
Huh? So you're saying there's someone behind all this who wants to perform that ritual, and somehow has the means to steal from the Foundation? There's just no way.
Stop saying that! Ritual! I know you have to be fake so the devs can add in more stuff later, but please don't be fake!
The stolen items would probably go to the Manus eventually. But I have a hunch that our wily fish isn't totally on their side. Manus Vindicte obviously considered the succubus a valuable asset before she got away, right? So if our fish was a die-hard loyalist, they would have delivered the wind-up toy to their master straightway, rather than letting it be passed around all over the place. While our fish is in collusion with Manus Vindicte, they are swimming in murky waters. They may be pursuing their own agenda.
She curls her lips into a smile and flips the shard of glass from between her fingers.
Things are starting to get interesting, aren't they? Like I said earlier, not bad at all.
I love you, ma'am! With that, the two figures in black vanish out the door. What the heck, man? What the heck was that ending? Ah! Anyway. Anyway, let me claim my task. Yeah, done. Oh my goodness, I have to wait till either the next event or the main story. Anyway, I'm gonna do an ending speech before we go raid Logan, just so that way I can have it in the VOD to end it off. So, thank you all the lurkers, all the livers, and all the fathers for this insane finale to the event! I do want to do the character stories for Nor and Liamfo, so that will probably be the next stream, which will be on Sunday. So I hope to see you on Sunday. At the same time, 6:30 Eastern. Hope to see y'all there. And I'm just flabbergasted. I need to digest that ending for the next few days. So see y'all next time. Tweedoo!